When I was Minister for Education and we were dealing with these cases of, leaders who present subject certificates that are fake and so on, one time in a past election, a leader turned up with a certificate of attending a crusade, which was written in some language from South America. And because of the hurry, they allowed the fellow to go and run for an election. So later on, when someone with linguistic competencies from that area was found, they said, okay, look at this. This is supposed to be a master's degree. They said, no. This is actually, in the language, when you translate it, it is certificate of attending a crusade.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we speak today, the country and more especially the Gusii community is geared towards receiving Dr. Fred Matiang'i's announcement as the 2027 presidential candidate. And now I took my time to look around and see what is this that Matiang'i needs he's not having on his side. That is going to form the basis of this analysis here today. But before I take you through, please kindly, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, kindly take a second or two to subscribe, like and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Thank you so much for those who've been subscribing and helping me to hit the 5,000 subscription mark. And as we move forward, please make sure that you're part of it. Let me dive into the topic today. What is this that Dr. Fred Matiang'i is lacking? First of all, let me take you through on the strengths of Dr. Fred Matiang'i. Number one, Dr. Fred Matiang'i has something that William Ruto lacks. That is the ability to deliver services effectively. We all know when Matiang'i was not in the interior, not in ICT as such, but in education, he was given that docket and he streamlined it to the latter. That is what we need in the country as we speak today. The systems in William Ruto's government are not working. Let's talk of health, let's talk of education, which are the most crucial dockets in the country right now. And the fact is that William Ruto does not have someone who can be able to deliver just like Dr. Fred Matiang'i. There's no super minister in William Ruto's government. They have tried shuffling here and there, taking Duale here and there, but we've come to realize that there's basically no one who is able to deliver just like Matiang'i did. So therefore, he has that aspect of service delivery that makes him to be one of the most powerful leaders in the country. Secondly, Dr. Fred Matiang'i is known across the entire country. Still, education made him to be known in all corners of this country, and therefore his coming, his announcement as the presidential candidate for 2027 has a place to start with. So therefore, those are the two things I believe that Dr. Fred Matiang'i has. Thirdly, there is a support that he has from across the country, where we have some civil servants, middle class people, who see Dr. Fred Matiang'i as somebody who is able to streamline this country. Also, we have the low-class people who feel strongly that Dr. Fred Matiang'i is able to deliver more than President William Ruto. Such kind of perceptions across the country also makes Matiang'i one of the most strongest candidates come 2027. Another thing, of course, that I cannot forget here is the support that is having from the Gusii community, to be specific, which has about 2.5 million votes, and also from the Central Kenya region, which keeps on talking about Dr. Fred Matiang'i. And especially if Uhuru Kenyatta supports him, and then Gachagua, that means very well he has the backing, a starting base of about 6 million strong to begin with, if we go back to the elections of last year. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Fred Matiang'i is a formidable candidate to face President William Ruto come 2027. However, Dr. Fred Matiang'i has not been on the ground, and there are few things I have noted that Dr. Fred Matiang'i is missing, and he needs them urgently. Urgently, as soon as he commences his campaigns in the country, or as soon as he announces for his candidature, he needs to be having all these things. Number one in my list, it is none other than Governor Paul Simba Arati. Some of you might feel that this point is not relevant. Simba Arati, first of all, when he came to Kisii here to vie for the gubernatorial seat, he was going against Sam Ongeri, Ezekiel Machogu, who had President William Ruto and well-funded, and of course, Chris Obure from his constituents actually, his clan actually, that is Bobasi. These gentlemen I'm talking about are the bigwigs of Gusii region. Politically, they were always in Gusii region. Ongeri was a senator. Also, Bure was once a senator. Machogu was an MP. He was I was well funded, so he was a strong candidate locally. And Simba Arati was like an outsider who was just coming because he was mostly in Nairobi. Actually, was Nairobi for 2 terms as a member of parliament, as a councillor there. So for 15 years, he was in Nairobi. So coming to Kisii to vie, it was like he was an outsider. His coming faced a lot of rebellion from the incumbent, that was James Ongwae, who was from his own ODM party. So ODM party, just like I can say, Ongwae now added weight to the opponents of Simba Arati, making Simba Arati to become an enemy of the top 4 politicians within the Gusii, to be specific, Kisii County. When Simba Arati started his campaigns, he managed to thrash all these gentlemen seriously. On what basis? People said that he's an outsider, but despite that, he was able to get into the hearts of the people of Kisii County. Actually, his influence went ahead the Kisii County to Nyamira region. That kind of an effect is still felt until today. If Simba Arati goes to Nyamira, people say this is Simba. And as a result, Simba Arati now becomes one of the top most popular candidates or politicians within the Gusii region. That is number 1. That will add a key thing to Dr. Fred Matiang'i's local mobilization. Because if Simba Arati is funded well, he can be able to completely unite the Gusii community. And if he's going against Matiang'i, despite that the wave might slightly affect him, the fact is a huge chunk of people might be able, actually, he has an opportunity to divide the Gusii community. So Simba Arati is not somebody that should be underrated. Apart from just beating these bigwigs, Simba Arati had so many other things, but still he thrashed them, including coming from a small clan, including having a foreign wife. In case here, if you're married from a foreign country, it is questionable. And there was this question around. But Simba Arati was still able to maneuver through that and be able to beat the bigwigs from the Gusii region. So Matiang'i needs Simba Arati, so that he can help him to mobilize not just the Gusii community, but even Nairobi. We once heard Kalonzo say that in Nairobi, Simba Arati was able to help them organize for demonstrations, while in Kisii as a governor. So therefore, this is a man Matiang'i needs on his side. Whether it rains or not, Simba Arati must decamp to Matiang'i's side. Number 2, touch with the ground. Matiang'i being away for some time, he has not been in contact with the people on the ground. Therefore, he is supposed to come back to Kenya and go to every part of this country, people to be familiar with him, because some have forgotten him and some don't know him, and at least people can be able to listen to what he has for the people of Kenya come 2027, because people are keenly listening to ideologies, to propaganda, and to slogans. So Matiang'i needs to be in touch with the ground. Another thing, it is the fact that he is yet to have Mount Kenya region. To win the presidency in this country, you need to have Mount Kenya with you, because why? The spirit of voting. Second, spirit of mobilization. Third, their civilization level, it's quite higher than any of this of the regions in this country, even any of the tribes in this country. Kikuyus will decide, and they decide one way, and they vote for you. So if Matiang'i has these people, you'll be on the safer side. So he needs Kikuyus, whether it rains or it doesn't, he needs to go to Uhuru Kenyatta and Rigathi Gachagua, convince them to give him Kikuyus to on his side. And of course, the Kikuyus themselves can decide, and Matiang'i and Maraga and the other, and actually Gachagua and the others can be able to follow him, to follow them to where they are heading to. So it's, in a nutshell, he needs Kikuyus. Another thing is the mouthpieces. Mouthpieces are people like Oscar Sudi, Kimani Ichung'wah, Ndini Nyoro by then, people who stand and defend their candidate. He doesn't have such people. There is where we come in now. We are going to ensure that we defend him, yes, but the fact is he needs us on that team, so that people who are able to, in case there's an attack from government, maybe an arrest, an intimidation of any kind, they can come out and speak to the country, hold press conferences, hold rallies, to castigate such kind of moves by the government. Because we all know that Matiang'i is going to face such kind of intimidations from William Ruto, because he knows Matiang'i is a formidable candidate against him come 2027. I don't know what's your take on what Matiang'i is missing. Please let me see in the comment section what you think. So next time for more videos, my name is Abel Mokwa. Thank you so much for the support.